Hello, welcome back to another video. And today we got some lovely Rev Hassan, the famed lawyer, and instantly finds out. Let's get into it.
Soldiers who are facing these
Oh,
lawsuits
shit.
from.
Right. Fuck. Forgot about that.
Hey, what's up, guys? We're here. So today I want to return to the content goldmine that is the H3H3 copyright infringement lawsuits he filed against Casey Tron, Frogan,
He's
and
gonna
Denims,
win those
and all throughout this
lawsuits.
domino effect of events.
Pretending like Ethan's not gonna win these fucking lawsuits is like pretending the fucking sky isn't blue. He's gonna win no matter what. So yeah, and it's even funnier because now you have people like Casey Tron literally streaming full-blown movies on Twitch while she walks away and does nothing, adds nothing. And it's just like, bro, she's just adding more to the fucking plate that is this whole copyright issue. And it's the dumbest shit on the planet. Like, bruh, and the fact that Twitch isn't even doing anything, but I'll get a fucking copyright strike because I streamed fucking Bloodborne is the wildest shit. How the fuck is my Be Right Back screen fucking muted just because it plays fucking Kevin McCloy fucking elevator music? It's literally copywritten free. It has been for years. People have been using that shit since 2012. And Twitch is like, nah, we gotta mute that. Like, what? It makes no sense. Oh, but Casey Tron can go ahead and stream an entire full-blown fucking movie, add nothing to it, get up, walk away a majority of the time with her fucking chair streams, and nothing happens to that. No muted, nothing. No copyright strike. It's so stupid, dude. So stupid. The hypocrisy that Twitch puts out is so fucking retarded.
That have taken place over the past couple of weeks. There's a lot of parties getting involved, including Hassan Piker, because after all,
Ah,
these
yeah,
are his
of
three
course.
orbiters, some of his biggest, strongest soldiers who are facing these lawsuits from Ethan Klein and Hassan Legal
He's gotta pull out his fucking breast so they can suckle at his teat and shit to try to recover from this. And he's like, "No, there, my little babies. It's okay. Ethan won't be able to win. He'll have nothing against you," filling them with false fucking hope.
Legal Piker has been weighing in with some sterling legal analysis on these
Yeah.
related lawsuits, and they're being completely eviscerated by an actual attorney.
Ha!
Legal Mindset.
Legal
He
mindset.
said that
Let's
Hassan Piker and
go.
his orbiters
We love
as
legal
well,
mindset.
and this is
The only legal tuber that I trust with anything.
really kind of been his thing, right? He's like kind of taken on
Because he's
these
the most
copyright infringement lawsuits and giving.
He is the most neutral fucking party, doesn't throw in politics, just straight up covers the law and shit and what's going down. And fucking oh my god. We'll get into that bit. We'll get into that
Analysis,
bit.
and
I'll
he's kind
save
of
it for
becoming like
later.
the law tuber. Like he's getting a
Yes,
ton of publicity
sir.
and attention right now, and that's great. I'm very happy to see it happen. He makes great
Hell yeah.
content, does very helpful legal analysis, and also unlike a lot of other law
The
tubers,
fact that this fucking goat reached out to Tectone and was like, "Yo, if you need a lawyer, I got you. I'll help you find one." Dude, that's so fucking baller.
he keeps his
Free
nose
of
clean, and that's
charge.
very important
It's
because
like,
that's been
bro,
kind of the
that's so fucking
downfall of
cool.
other law tubers in the past. But of course, he's been weighing in on these copyright infringement lawsuits, and he's been dismantling a lot of the ridiculous claims people like
You got
Hassan.
fucking Ethan
For
literally
example,
putting
like
that shit
to
up
say
on
that
his own
Ethan
fucking
Klein
Instagram. That's
entrapped
hilarious.
these three people, and
Bro,
also
that's not how entrapment works, you fucking moron. The only people that can entrap you are cops. Like, holy shit. Civilians can't entrap you. The full extent of what a civilian can do is perform a citizen's arrest. Like, dude, that's the same authority that gives security guards the ability to hold someone who they suspect and have seen that are committing a crime. It's a citizen's arrest, which is way fucking different from an actual police arrest, and it falls under a different set of laws and privileges. It's so stupid.
his general view of this is that Ethan's going to have a good chance at prevailing. And also, his
Oh
advice
yeah.
to Casey Tron, Frogan, and Denims is to settle and settle now. Get a good negotiator and settle soon because it'll spare them a year or two of public humiliation, and also probably even more money that'll be at stake if they follow through on this thing until the end.
Let's be honest, they're not going to settle. Hassan's going to tell them to not settle, that Ethan has no grounds. They're going to drag this shit out, and their frail little fucking egos are just going to keep them from doing that, from admitting that they did something wrong, and from settling. That's how I know they're not going to settle. Their fucking egos are like glass houses. The most delicate of glass houses, where even the tiniest fucking pebble that gets blown by the wind shatters it all to shit.
But of course, we're missing the final link here, and
Ah,
that
of
is Hassan
course.
Piker. Now, he's had a tough
Good
couple of
old
days.
smooth
If
brain
you watched my video
Hassan
yesterday, you
Piker,
understand what this screenshot is all
who
about. It's been making
needs
the
his
rounds
little
on
gooners to
social
defend
media.
him.
To sum up that situation very quickly, basically, Hassan Piker learned that a streamer was saying disparaging things about him. So
Yeah.
he brought up what he believed was their channel and took out a gun and started waving it around in clearly a very threatening manner, trying to intimidate the targets of these messages he was sending. And of course, he got the wrong guy. He
Of
eventually found
course
the
you
right
get the
target,
wrong
but at
guy.
first he targeted this person down here and called him an ugly, skinny bitch while waving around the gun, trying, of course, to intimidate this person. And again, like I said, it
So
was the wrong
fucking
person. They actually
cringe,
found the
dude.
person who was actually disparaging him.
I
And
don't understand how you could defend this shit in any way, shape, or form. It's so fucking cringe, and it is against the fucking law. Holy shit, dude. I don't know why these people think that they are above the law, but they are not. Like, holy shit, dude. No one is above the law. We already fucking established that here in the United States. That no one is above the law.
did the same routine waving around the gun. Now, there's a lot of bad things that are coming out of this because, of course, Twitch
Twitch
has not
isn't doing
taken any
anything.
action.
Yep.
As of right now, it's been about 2 days since this happened. Nothing has come of this from Twitch. No ban.
And I also find it funny how people are like pointing out the fact that, oh, the other person threatened him and whatnot. The other person, the other person threatened him. It's hypocritical to say that it's bad for one person to do it and not bad for the other. You know what I have to say to that? Hassan is the one who literally dragged him out on stream and showed everything in display and decided to bring more attention to it. We didn't know that happened until he pulled the fucking chatter on the stream and started reading what happened. You know what he could have done? He could have simply banned him off screen and continued on with his fucking day, but he brought attention to it and he decided to escalate it. So yeah, there is a pretty big fucking difference there, buddy boyo.
Nothing. And Legal Mindset raises a very fair and basic point about this.
And even if you fucking say that shit, Twitch still banned the dude permanently. They banned the chatter for violating TOS. So yeah, he got his punishment. So I don't need to say anything on that. He was punished for some stupid shit he did. He's permanently off the platform and he won't be able to make these threats again. So yeah, I don't have to fucking be like, "Oh, this guy's bad." He already received the punishment. Hassan hasn't. It's so stupid for people to be like, "Oh, you're condoning one and not the other." No, I'd be criticizing the other fuck if Twitch also didn't fucking ban him. I'd be like, "Yo, Twitch needs to ban this fucking moron. He's fucking threatening a streamer. That's not allowed. That's against TOS." But they did take action, so I don't need to fucking add any more input to that. Well, you want me to say, "Oh, the fucking dude is a dumbass"? Yeah, we all fucking know that. We could see it plain as day.
As I
Like,
said,
it's
just to be
so
clear, Twitch
stupid.
fails to act on this strongly. They open the door to a host of issues, legal and non-legal.
Like I just said, they banned the other dude for threatening Hassan, which is fucking great on Twitch. You know, they're enforcing their TOS, but then they turn around and they don't ban Hassan and don't enforce their TOS, which makes this fucking comment also fucking stupid. Like, holy shit, dude. Yeah, you can't have a bias when it comes to enforcing your TOS because there's a little issue where you're fucking breaking consumer laws. Like legal mindset fucking states. Twitch is actively gonna break California consumer laws and they're gonna get fucking sued and it's gonna bite them in the ass. And you know what Amazon's gonna do? They're gonna fucking be like, okay, fuck this. We're gonna fire all of you and change everything.
We're going to look at some of the legal concerns for at
Like
least
it's
Hassan
so
Piker in just a
stupid.
second. But yes, this is a very bad look for Twitch. We know their
It's a
favoritism is
terrible
off the
fucking look for
charts when it comes
Twitch.
to Hassan Piker. But honestly speaking, I think this is the worst one yet. Of all the things, this one has clear precedent. People have been banned for this exact thing, and it just looks really bad.
Yeah, like Destiny's fucking kid was permanently banned off of Twitch for showing a toy BB gun with the orange tip. But Hassan can pull out this handgun and he's okay. That doesn't make fucking sense.
And the more inaction they take, the more they ignore this, the worse things are going to get, both in a legal and non legal sense. So I mentioned potential laws that Hassan might be facing here. And
Oh, there it
a
is.
California attorney was in contact with Legal Mindset and gave this statute that might apply to the actions of Hassan Piker.
But one thing he really can't argue with
Okay, he
is
covers
the
it.
law. And in fact, there's a California law, which was pointed out by a California lawyer friend of mine, where that shows that he may have violated this statute, 653.2, involving electronic cyber harassment. So this is the statute which reads every person who, with the intent to place another in reasonable fear of his safety. So if you have the intention to scare somebody else, to place them in fear of their safety or the safety of that person's family by means of an electronic communication device, a computer or a cell phone, and without the consent of the other person, and for the purpose of imminently causing that other person unwanted physical contact, injury, or harassment by a third party, electronically distributes, publishes, emails, hyperlinks, or makes available for downloading personal identifying information, including but limited to a digital image of that other person or an electronic message of a harassing nature about that other person, which would be likely to incite or produce that unlawful action. So he put out that photo and he engaged in those actions
Yep.
with the intent to instill fear.
He did everything that litigation states you cannot do. Regardless of whether you think that he isn't a real lawyer, which, by the way, is also defamation, you cannot argue against the law. That is literally in California's written law. He is actively violating and breaking that law. We don't know anything about that other fucking person. And if he is also in California, he's also breaking the law and could also face prosecution because he's telling Hassan that he wants to kill him. Yes, that also applies. If he's in California, this little small piece of litigation applies. But Hassan is in California. We know that for a fact, and he has been proven to break multiple laws multiple times. Like, he streamed himself on the freeway during the riots, which is illegal. You cannot block the roads in California. It is fucking illegal, and it is stupid. Every time there's a fucking protest, that's exactly what people do, and they don't get thrown to jail immediately. It's fucking illegal to do that shit, and Hassan was streaming himself committing that illegal act, and nothing happened to him.
In that other individual. So that individual could look into contacting California law enforcement, could look into that pertaining to Hassan and take action thereby.
Now, it's funny. Every single time I
It
see...
would bone both of them because they both opted to threaten the other individual. But Hassan actively showed a gun, tried doxing the dude, and had his fans fucking go in and search for the guy. Ugh.
a defender of Hassan Piker in the situation, they say the same thing over and over again like it makes that much of a difference.
Yep.
They say at the end of the stream, after all this, he said it's just an airsoft gun.
That doesn't
which really
matter.
doesn't move the needle for any-
It's also illegal to remove the orange tip from any type of airsoft BB gun because it is a distinguishing marker between a real weapon and a fake weapon. It's illegal to do that shit in California, so he's breaking another California law right then and there.
anyone if they're looking at this objectively, because the entire intent of what he was doing was to intimidate and threaten these individuals. He wanted them to believe it was a real gun. And he really succeeded. A lot of people believed this was a gun until he said, no way, it's an airsoft gun. And that was his intent.
Where's the
He
orange
wanted
marker?
to intimidate these people by making them believe he's waving around a real
If you
gun.
remove the orange marker, that's
that.
another
So,
fucking issue.
you know, if you want a very clear example of this, do you think Hassan Piker, if he walked into a bank and started waving around that airsoft gun to an
He'd be shot
unsuspecting person,
immediately.
you know it's an airsoft gun, do you think he would just be...
He'd be shot immediately by an armed security officer because the officer has reasonable cause to believe that he is a threat to both everyone in the building and to the employees, and to himself rather. So yeah, he would immediately be shot because there's enough probable cause that he's gonna do something, even though it could be a toy gun.
let go because it's not actually a real gun? It's ridiculous. People are being very disingenuous with their attempts to defend Hassan in this situation. But of course, like I said, there's a lot of hypocrisy going on here.
Oh, look, here's the Destiny
The
thing.
one comparison that can be made to this kid Nathan. This is the son of Destiny, who about a year ago was completely and utterly permabanned off of Twitch for
So
bringing a
stupid.
toy gun onto camera. And obviously, there's a very fair comparison to be made here. I mean, it's pretty much a one.
Bro, what is this reasoning? Making violent threats that may result in serious physical harm towards another person. All he did was pull out a toy fucking gun. Hassan actually did that and he hasn't been punished.
1-to-1 comparison where
So
Hassan
stupid.
gets nothing, no punishment.
Yeah, it's so
whatsoever, and
stupid.
This kid gets a lifelong permaban. He's still...
And like fucking Legal Mindset says here, the Hassan incident has opened the door for Nathan to have a quite colorable cause of action. He should get with a local attorney ASAP. He should. He totally should, because that's violating the consumer rights of the
gone to this
TOS,
day.
because you're being
Obviously
selective.
very hypocritical. And then you have more examples of people being treated unfairly by the Twitch TOS in a very clear way now.
Yep.
Legal Mindset mentions Asmongold and Tectone. I think Tectone's like the best example here because he got
Tectone's already in contact with a lawyer.
for calling Frogan...
Tectone's already in contact with a lawyer, and I think he's actually gonna go after Hassan for all the shit he said, all the defamation and all that crap, because it's all still up and available
fat
to the
and yet
public.
Hassan does this
Anything
charade
put up on the internet
and
lasts
nothing
forever.
happens to him. In fact, during his little rant, he called the one guy an ugly, skinny bitch. The reason that they claim Tectone was banned was because they thought he was body shaming Frogan by calling her
Yeah,
fat. But
it's
this
pretty
guy does
wild.
Basically, the flip side of that same thing, body shaming this random kid for no reason, and he gets nothing. Well,
You don't get it, Rev. The reason he's getting nothing is because it's Hassan body shaming a white person. That's why, Rev. That's why nothing's happening. Because it's against a white person, not against a minority.
also waving around his gun in the process. It's completely ridiculous, the levels of hypocrisy that's
Yeah,
going on
it's
at
so
Twitch.
sad and pathetic.
But also, finally, Hassan would more directly approach Legal Mindset. People in his chat are saying, hey, Legal Mindset made a video on you. Are you going to respond? And he's clearly very
he's
frustrated.
not.
And we're looking at two clips, beginning with this one right here, where he says
Of course he's not going to respond to the video because he knows he's in the wrong.
some very out-of-pocket stuff that are just not true about Legal Mindset.
Dude, there's something so funny about people being like, dog, have you seen the Legal Mindset video about you? Dude, if I were to cover every Rumble lawyer, fake lawyer that actually is like a fucking right-wing freak that spends most of their time
Of
talking about,
course. You disagree with me, so your credentials are invalid, and you're obviously just a right-wing extremist. Says the leftist extremist that actively supports terrorism and encourages his viewers to go harass people. Sure, buddy, sure.
trans people, I would lose my mind. I would have no time to cover anything else.
You're already losing your mind,
A
and
lot
you
of
haven't
you
even
are
seen the
drama
video.
perverts, okay, and you nut when you think about the prospect of drama.
Yeah, as you can see, he is fully in
Ah.
the Hassan system. If you're not familiar,
This is what all the little Hassan haters or Hassan fanboys that are commenting stupid shit in my comments are following this exact strat. It's so funny.
with this meme, he hates it. But let's go through it. H for hide. ignore critics' content to obscure their argument. A.
I'm putting
Alter,
that shit in full
drastically
display.
misrepresent the opposing view. S. For strawman, attack the misrepresentation by grouping critics with deplorables.
We saw that one in the other Hassan video where some dumbass was like, "Get out of your right-wing Twitter bubble." Like, okay, buddy. If you actually even went and looked at my Twitter and see who I follow, you'd see that it's mostly just other fucking VTubers and content creators that I've been following for fucking ages. But yeah, my right-wing Twitter bubble, sure, buddy. Oh no.
Avoid. Debate only weaker opponents, never the original person. And finally, N. Name call. Label
That's another one.
as crazy or obsessed to discredit them, which is
Yep, that's another one that they're doing. It's pretty fucking funny too. Like shit. Look at this shit. It's so cringe and sad. Cry harder. No views. Really? No views? Out of 158 videos, I've already gotten 75.8k views. So, I guess that number translates to 0 in their head. Okay. Just because some of my videos don't do as well as others. In my comments, Lamau, you don't have comments. Actually, I do have comments. I have comments in every single one of my video that where anyone can say whatever they want. And if you were to actually watch the video, you'd know I'd be referring to this video specifically and talking about these comments in this video. And the 17 Hassan fans that are salty that Hassan is going down the shit. They came back for this one. Like, out of 266 people who watched this video, only 11 dislikes. Like, is that supposed to be some major win for you? Like, bro, these people are just utterly fucking ignorant as shit. It's so funny. They like throw shit in there with no proof whatsoever. No views. Not one of my videos has 0 views or is sitting at 0 views. Yeah, some of them have lower views compared to others, you know? But hey, that's just the fucking one of the downsides of content creation. Not every video you make will be successful, but you know what? Fuck it. It is what it is. I don't care. I do this shit for fun. I don't get paid. I'm not monetized yet. I could say, like, if I was monetized, I'd be like, I would care slightly more about views because views equals money. But I haven't even hit that threshold yet to be monetized, and the threshold is 1k subs. So, yeah. Go on about everything you're stating that's incorrect.
really where we're going to focus on right now. He loves the name calling aspect.
Yes, sir.
Critics, but especially with legal mindset. He cannot come up.
Oh, Hassan would gobble up Legal Eagle's cock. You know that for a fact. He'd be sucking him off and asking him for representation.
Valid response to the criticism and legal analysis that's being provided to him. He can't actually argue against it, so instead he engages in the Hassan system, mainly with the name
of defaming people,
discredit his opponents, and in this case, it's legal mindset. So let's begin with a very ridiculous lie. He begins by calling him a Rumble lawyer. Now, if you're familiar with legal mindset, you know for at least like a year and a half, he's been streaming on YouTube.
I didn't even know Legal Mindset had a fucking Rumble, not gonna lie. Like, bro, I heard that, I was like, wait, Legal Mindset has a Rumble? He does, at his last upload or stream. I don't know what these are, if they're streams or uploads. But they were a year ago. That's when it was, a year ago.
His Rumble account, his last...
He has a Pippa fucking one! Oh my god, dude, that's so funny. The high crimes of Pippa Pipkin. That's so good. That's such good clickbait.
stream on there was over a year ago. So he's not a Rumble lawyer, but isn't that like just like a weird thing to lie about? I say this about people like Hassan all the time. They lie about everything, even details that don't even matter. Does it matter if he's a YouTube lawyer or he's a Rumble lawyer? Does it matter?
Not really.
Does it change the validity of anything he's saying?
All that
It's
matters.
a strange thing to lie about.
All that matters is that his credentials are valid and up to date. That's really all that matters, especially when it comes to being an attorney or a lawyer.
Then we get into the more serious lie. He calls him a fake lawyer. And he'll do it again in the next clip we're going to watch, but he makes it very clear. He is saying that Legal Mindset is not actually a lawyer, which is
That's
a very slanderous
so
thing to
funny.
say. Because we're not dealing with the usual Hassan stuff where he's like calling all of his opponents Nazis and pedophiles and stuff like that.
Yep.
He's saying something that is
Speaking of Nazis, I just got my Nazi certified boots yesterday, aka a pair of Doc Martens. I know there's someone that's gonna get that joke. I'll explain it either way. So, Doc Martens were actually in charge of making the boots for the German uniforms in during World War II. That's how they made their millions, and afterwards they just branded towards the entire world. So yeah, that's why I refer to any type of Doc Martens boots as my German certified boots or my Nazi boots. Because it's just funny to me.
a factual.
Just like how Hugo Boss was in charge of making the uniforms. And then once Nazi Germany fell, they went from uniforms to colognes and suits. I think they make suits. I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me on that. But I know they make colognes. Why? Because I have a bottle of Hugo Boss cologne right there. So yeah. I got my boots. I got my cologne. All I need is the drip. Oh, that's so funny.
He is a lawyer. He got a degree, a law degree from the University of
Yep.
Florida, and he is licensed to practice as an attorney in Florida as well.
Yes,
He
sir.
is a lawyer. It's not subjective, it's an objective fact. So when he says he is
Yeah.
a fake lawyer or he's not actually a lawyer, he is lying. There's no debate. He is getting it wrong. And this is a pretty serious thing in my opinion because everything that ties into Legal Mindset's career, especially on YouTube, it's all tied to his credibility as a lawyer. If he's
Yeah.
not a lawyer, none of this works. He's not Legal Mindset. He's not
And if you start destroying his credibility, guess what? Legal Mindset, being an actual lawyer, knows the laws and could actually pursue legal action against Hassan.
going to be making legal analysis because he wouldn't be a lawyer. So the fact that that is the core of his credentials and he is trying to say that is false is a big deal. And he's doing it in front of 30,000 people, doing
It's
it maliciously
outright blatant
and repeating
slander and
it
defamation.
over and over again to try to discredit Legal Mindset. What he's
Yep.
doing is malicious and it's harming his reputation. And
Yep.
Legal Mindset would talk about this and basically lay out the foundation of what I just said, making it very clear that he is in fact a lawyer and that saying otherwise could end up with a situation where action might be taken.
So
Action
there you go,
should be
Mr. Piper,
taken.
That's the language. So that statement is indeed false, right? That I am a quote unquote fake lawyer because I indeed possess a law degree from the University of Florida. So that statement in the future would be defamatory. And with Mr. Piker, we do have to remember, and with myself and other figures, is that we are all public figures. So we follow the New York Times versus Sullivan standard. We have a higher standard for defamation than the normal private individual. So now that that's been clarified publicly for Mr. Piker,
AKA, if he pursues legal action, it'll just bite him in the ass even harder than if it was some random on the street saying Legal Mindset isn't a real lawyer. Because he has a platform, because of his following.
and that he will well know that that information is false and defamatory, to continue to do so would perhaps incur liability on the part of Mr. Piker. But let's continue to see what he has to say about me. This is fun.
Some
He
stupid
also
shit.
had that other part where he calls him a right-wing freak, and he keeps repeating it over and over. He calls him like a MAGA lawyer and all that stuff.
I don't think fuck. I don't think Legal Mindset has ever actually covered politics. I could be wrong, but from what we just saw on the Rumble shit, he's covered politics like what, once? And it looked like it was like the neutral position of politics.
We all know with Hassan, if you're anything to the right of Mao Zedong, you're probably alt-right, fascist, Nazi, MAGA, whatever term he feels like using at that
Yeah,
time.
mega America.
In my own experience, I don't hear Legal Mindset even talk about politics, especially during his streams, and it's something he said has been a concerted effort on his part. He's tried to stay away from sharing any sort of political beliefs or anything like that, and to stick to the legal analysis, because there's no point in alienating some of his audience by sharing those sorts of things. So he tries to stick to the legal analysis and leave the politics out of it. I mean, it just makes
Yeah.
sense, right? And anyone who watches him would understand
Yeah.
that. But of course,
Legal Eagle does the complete fucking opposite. They try to push their own opinions as if it's the law and shit, and with no actual substantial proof whenever they cover anything involving politics, which is pretty fucking funny because they should realistically be following Legal Mindset's fucking strat of, you know, being neutral and only pointing out what laws are being broken with whatever the fuck is happening, kind of like what he does with Johnny Somali and the Ethan shit, and now Hassan.
Hassan doesn't know anything about this guy.
He's
He's
just
created
digging
this
his own
caricature
grave.
of what he thinks legal mindset is in his mind, and now he's going off and ranting about it. He also talks about how legal mindset's always talking about trans people and stuff. I couldn't find a video
Don't-
if I
yeah.
tried where he's talking about
I
that.
don't think he's
unless
ever
it's from
talked about
many,
that.
many years ago, but nothing recent I've seen. He doesn't even bring up the topic whatsoever. And also, he calls him a drama pervert. He calls, I guess,
I
his
think Legal Mindset himself in that video says that he's never covered any of this shit.
community a bunch of drama pervs because they're trying to get him.
Is he gonna cover the passport bro shit?
engage
If not, then I'll
actively
talk
with
about
Legal
that.
Mindset's video, and it's like, dude, seriously, like we're all in this. We're all like, he always like to call people, slop tubers. Everyone's making.
I'm a slop tuber. I'm a slop tuber, and I'm proud. To quote SpongeBob, I'm sloppy and I'm proud. I'm sloppy and I'm proud. I'm a slop tuber and I'm proud of it. Enjoy my slop content. I don't really care either way.
We're all in this together. We're all in the slop. We're in the drama. There's no
Yep.
mistaking it here. That's what your
we're just milking the cow, honestly, until it stops giving.
community thrives.
Then we're gonna turn it into a nice, juicy ribeye steak.
They like the drama because you're constantly involved in drama.
I could go for a steak.
Let's watch one more clip.
But I'm not
Medium
going
rare.
to pay any mind or any attention to some fucking psychotic MAGA lawyer, not a real lawyer, but a passport bro, who offers fucking courses.
He literally just said that he's an actual lawyer and stated where he got his law degree from, but go on, Hassan. I guess not doing any research on the person you're gonna slander is part of Hassan's MO. So
On
it all
becoming a
tracks.
passport bro, who primarily fucking streams on Rumble.
He doesn't stream on Rumble
Why do you guys
anymore.
come in here and ask for this stuff. It's never gonna happen.
Like, bruh.
Okay, it's never happening.
A
So
simple
again, as
Google
we see,
search
you're
would
accused
literally
by about-
a simple Google search would literally just contradict everything he just said. But I guess Hassan's only capable of using Google when it comes to, you know, looking up the best communist countries and which terrorists he should be rooting for next.
Legal Mindset's status as a lawyer. He claims he is a fake lawyer. He's not an actual lawyer, which we know is completely false. But he also calls him a passport bro. Now, in case you're not familiar with what that is, it's kind of like, from my understanding, like sex tourism. Someone who goes to another country for their own perverse reasons, typically involving sex, where they're trying to take advantage of opportunities there or take advantage of the laws there to exploit women and
I thought a passport bro was someone who goes to another country and offers a woman a green card in turn for marriage, and where the fantasy is that this woman will be way more loyal to you because they're from an Asian country, where as opposed to someone from America where a woman might divorce you for any fucking reason just to take half your shit. That was my understanding of what a passport bro was. Maybe the definitions changed or some shit. I'm just pointing out what I know the word to be.
sometimes
Or the
children.
phrase.
Yeah, it's not a good thing to be called. And when you look at Legal Mindset and what he does and kind of the way he lives his life,
Like, the only reason I have that picture of the word passport bro is because every time I saw the word, it was used to shit on some like white dude who had like an Asian wife or a wife who wasn't American. And I was just like, what the fuck, dude? Like, oh, okay, I guess. Like, they try to use it as like a type of slur. And I was just like, what? like the dudes happily like, and it's funny because it would always be towards the most happily married, most successful relationships on the planet that just happen to be interracial relationships with some lady from Asia. Like, dude, it was the funniest shit. Like, how could you be any more racist?
He's the exact opposite of a passport bro. He is someone who
Yeah.
has residency in multiple countries in Asia.
Yeah.
He is a long-time resident. He's also
Yeah, he's been in Japan, he's been in Korea, he's lived in Japan and Korea, he's lived in, I think he currently lives in, excuse me, I think he currently lives in Taiwan, but I could be wrong about that.
someone who helps other
Oh yeah,
people
he's saying it.
gain legal citizenship in
Yeah.
those countries. He's making sure they stay because they enjoy the country so they can be there long term. It's the exact
Yeah, he and Legal Mindset literally states that in his own video. He's like, I literally help people become residents of these countries because people love and respect the culture that much. And I help them become full citizens. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty fucking cool shit. Maybe if I ever want to move to Japan, I can fucking, get Legal Mindset's help to move there permanently and whatnot. Because Japan's fucking dope.
opposite of what a passport
Get
bro
the
is
anime
doing.
straight from the source!
So isn't it so rich to hear Hassan call someone a passport bro?
Yeah, it's
This
pretty
is
fucking
the same
funny.
guy, remember, who about 10 years ago admitted he went to a brothel to pay women for sex. And
That
this
is
something that he would,
hilarious.
of course, talk about because he would get in a lot of trouble because people didn't find it too amusing that this guy openly brags about going to brothels.
I'm gonna
Who's
play the
ever
video
had
so
an-
people understand. But I guess this was the reason people got really mad. So this is a clip.
Escort, no shame. Obviously, sex work is real work. I've had sex with not even escorts, but also like straight. I've gone to a brothel, Artemis in Berlin, and had sex with the workers there. Yes.
Oh.
I don't hide it. I don't give a shit. Why would I?
Bro, he's literally a passport, bro, and he's out here claiming that Legal Mindset is what he is. He's literally projecting himself onto other people just because he hates himself that much. That's so sad. It's so
Yeah,
sad.
so you saying that
I'm
you
literally
solicited
like-
sex.
Fuck.
Yeah. And they're like, this is shameful.
Now I'll ask you, right? What sounds closer to a passport bro in this context? A guy
Hassan.
who has long-term residency in multiple countries and tries to get other people legal citizenship to stay for the long term, or a guy who went to Berlin just to sleep with escorts and go to a brothel.
I'd
I
say
don't know,
option number
this one sounds
2.
more like a passport bro to you. But also, he says again, ridiculous lie that Legal Mindset sells courses on how to be a passport bro. Citation needed because there's nothing
Yeah,
like
I don't
that
think
exists out there.
Legal
You
Mindset has
guys
a
probably
single
expect
course
that.
on anything.
And then he also said again that he primarily streams on Rumble. We know that's completely ridiculous, instantly debunkable, but that's how people like Hassan Piker function. They just lie right to your face and hope you don't actually try to do anything about it.
They need to lie because they know the facts are contradictory to everything that they're stating.
But overall, you can see how ridiculous of a situation this is. Good on Legal Mindset for not only providing his legal analysis on all these related issues, but also for standing up for himself, making the record clear, and making it clear that if Hassan continues, especially with the fake lawyer comments, that there might be punishment as a result of that. And
I mean, it's pretty easy to stand up for yourself when you know you're in the right and you know that you have the law on your side because you've studied the law for a very, very long time. So yeah, I mean, Hassan's literally just digging his own grave at this point, and if he continues, Legal Mindset might just pull the trigger and, just outright take him to court and sue him for everything he's got.
I think I can
And knowing Hassan, he two outcomes can happen. Either Hassan folds instantly just to get this shit off his back and pays the settlement, or his ego's so frail that he's like, nah, this dude got nothing on me. He starts scrubbing all his shit like people haven't posted all these clips everywhere else, and he starts like scrubbing his own fucking Discord and his own Twitch and everything, every other platform he controls, just like he did when he got arrested at an airport.
On behalf of everyone watching this video, we're rooting for him if that's the case. All right? But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topic in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, it was a good video. I enjoyed it. Covered everything pretty nicely. But yeah, it's just stupid how much of a hole he's digging himself in, and he's choosing to not stop and just double down and start digging even faster. Like, bruh. Anywho, like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz. And remember to stay safe out there. The world is uncertain. You got Mother Nature fucking us in the ass. If you're from Texas, you have my deepest sympathies. Especially if you lost family during the floods. Like, that's just fucking awful, man. And I truly, truly express my deepest condolences for anyone who's going through that shit right now. Like, holy fuck. But there is one bright side to this, and that's that Texas is run by someone that actually gives a shit about its people and will actively try to, like, help the civilians that elected him into office out. So yeah, there's a silver lining to this, and that's that, you know, the right people are in charge to help these individuals who are currently suffering. But of course, you know, all the help in the world won't bring back the lost ones that they that unfortunately passed during this tragic national accident that is the flooding of the Guadalupe River. But yeah, to those people, yeah, my deepest sympathies. Please be extra safe out there. You never know what the fuck is gonna happen, you know? And remember, question everything, believe nothing, always seek the deeper truth, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Later.